Ladies and gentlemen.
4, 3, 2,
Ladies and gentlemen.
1. Welcome to your show and mine, Bobby Ramos-BottomLine. Hope everybody's having a good day. Listen, I just have to weigh in on this whole Kyrie Irving situation with the Nets. Go to my YouTube channel, Bobby Ramos-BottomLine. A year ago, when they got together, the three superstar divas, Harden, Durant, and Kyrie Irving, when they got together, go to my post, you'll see it, and it was a year ago I was saying it wasn't going to work, and it's called Brooklyn Nets or Nuts. Brooklyn Nets or Nuts. Because I just knew from the start, because of these three divas, it just wasn't going to work out at all. The only one I will give credit to is Harden. Harden toned his game down to suit the team. He stopped shooting as much. He wasn't as wild, wasn't taking bad shots. He was turning into a regular point guard who would score occasionally. The other two, they weren't going to subjugate their game, whatever, Durant and Kyrie Irving. So the only one, and even though he's hurt right now, Harden has been he's early in the season, but he's been having a great year. Now he's with the 76ers after them killing him last year for not shooting and not scoring enough. Now this year, he's like, okay, that's what I got to do, and he's turning back into himself a little bit, but he's still dishing and still rebounding prior to him getting hurt. So I have respect for him acclimating his game to whatever his team needs. Kyrie Irving, listen, no. I knew they would self-destruct because of the diva style that they all had, and that's why Harden was quick to get out of there. Listen, I know that Kyrie Irving, we all have some goodness in us. He's a nutcase, though, but he's done some good things, like when the WNBA, whatever players opted out because COVID was a monster back then, he donated $1.5 million to the players who opted out for their own safety. That's a big deal. Also, he bought a house for a family, George Floyd's family. For George Floyd, who was murdered by the police in Minneapolis. He did that on his own. So he has a lot of goodness in him too, but he's also a flagrant nutcase. I understand the Duke education. I don't want one if I'm going to come out like him, like he said years ago, the world is flat. The earth is flat. That once he started that stuff, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room at all times. And obviously he's shown that he's not. But let's get to what's going on today. There's all this stuff where he backed, and talked in a positive way about this documentary and this book that's based on talking a lot of negative stuff against Jewish people. And, he was saying, well, there's another side and all this kind of stuff. Listen, I don't believe in shut up and play. But if you're going to speak up, have some idea what you're talking about. And his arrogance is shown through. When the team is struggling, at that time I think they were 1-5, you need to be focusing on your game, not trying to draw more spotlight to yourself about something off the court. And when the proverbial shit hit the fan, he was arrogant and nasty like he can always be. He didn't want to deal with it. But if you look at his past, he showed his true colors. He was playing with the best player in the world at that time, LeBron James, with Cleveland. Had a great Game 7, hit the big shot. He wanted to leave. Instead of going for another ring, he wanted to leave because he wanted his own team. He wanted to be the man. Okay. He goes to the Celtics with all that young talent that they got. Jaylen Brown and Tatum. They got all this talent. He couldn't get along there. He got shipped out of Boston. You're with two glamour teams with a lot of talent. He bounces. Now he ends up with the Nets in this bad situation, and he brings this on himself. I know he's suspended for at least 5 games. He should be. You got to know what you're going to sign on to. You just can't. And you can't say, well, because I'm black, I understand what it's like to go through. So then why are you back in this documentary, in this book, that is critical of what Jewish folks went through and all the pain that they went through. Once again, trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Trying to be, listen, you can be a great basketball player and have a great mind, but you have to know how to do some research. And you have to stop always bringing smoke to yourself. I think he's going to have a real hard time locking up with another team. I know he's a superior talent. I get that. He's a joy to watch. He really is. But he has so much excessive baggage now. He has self-destructed on 3 teams. 3 teams that had a lot of talent, and he would have had a lot of help. He has self-destructed and caused problems wherever he's gone. Some knucklehead is probably going to try to sign him down the road. I think it's going to be a big mistake until he grows up, if he ever grows up. Kyrie Irving is a head case, and he's a ticking time bomb. And sorry, but I wouldn't sign him. He's just too much drama. Too much drama. I wouldn't sign. As great as he is on the court, he self-destructs. So thanks for listening to your show and mine, Bobby Ramos-BottomLine. I just had to put my spin out there on what's going on with Kyrie. And don't forget, check out my YouTube channel, Bobby Ramos-BottomLine. I appreciate all the support all the time. I got some more great interviews coming up for you, so you'll be seeing them. So thank you very much, and have a great weekend. Ha ha!